Smoke, baby.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's gonna be kind of like a vlog deal today, I guess. I had to break down, run to Walmart right quick. Had to get another one of my favorite cell cameras, Tacticam Reveal. These are the Gen X 2.0s. They're wicked. They actually had a deal with the SD cards. I actually got their recommended SD card. And super big news that I'm hoping's good. I don't know, I could be wrong. I've never done this urban hunting thing. However, I have got a little permission on a spot in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's a little corner of woods. I think it's like 5 acres, almost 5 acres, and it's kind of like in a triangle. But it's all backs up to a big city, you know, or to a big community. But there's a little finger of woods looking at the map, and it looks like that finger of woods is like maybe 80 yards wide, and it runs along the edge of this community, in between, separating these communities. But it's the only finger of woods that the deer have, the way it runs through all that city pressure and all city population. It's the only little finger of wood they have to get from, you know, this side of town to the other. But along that edge, it opens up in a triangle, and that's the land I got to hunt. And then it goes on through. I don't know. I know I see big deer there, like on the road driving and stuff every year. Not necessarily at that spot, but right there in that area on that main highway and all downtown. And who knows, but you know, as well as me, them big bucks, they get old in the city sometimes, and they don't get old by being dumb. They get old by being smart. And you can find giants hidden there. Look how Seek 1 got started. They was killing giants in downtown Atlanta for years. Hell, they still are. So, I don't know. It may be a shot in the dark. May not be nothing. The fact is, I got to try it out. We're going to get in there today. We're going to go scout it. If there's bucks running there, there's going to be scrapes in there. So I'm targeting scrapes and bedding areas and see if they're in there. We may push something up. I don't know. But I know this. People do not go on this thing very often. And if they do, they just go right at the front there. They don't go off into these little bit of woods. Like, it's unmolested for years. Should be, unless somebody's trespassing, which we'll find that out today. So I'm excited to have a look. The land is for sale, so I only have limited time, you know, till I get to hunt it. So we'll see how it goes. Y'all stick with me, and I'll get you on here as soon as we get to the property and get going. I'll get the camera back on. We're gonna see if we can find a good spot to hang a camera. All right, guys, we're on the piece. I need to get a GoPro battery before we head out. It's thick in here, and there's not a lot of food around here other than browse. So if we stumble upon an oak tree in this mess, I would say it's going to draw these deer in for the acorns, because there's just not a lot of it. Backed up against the highway, as you can hear. Nothing like new places, man. It's thick, and a big buck in the city would definitely come in this stuff.
to get away. I hadn't seen no trails. Well, here's a deer trail, little one. Look here, there's a lug from last year right there. Well, the coyote den or something there. Hope we find at least a feed tree in here. Now we can get back to work. I've lost 20 minutes trying to find my phone. A vine got in the clip and pulled it off my pocket. I didn't know it. I went to check on the maps and my phone wasn't there. But I found it. It's secure down in my pocket, so let's carry on, y'all. I'm just gonna tell you, it is thick, but look here. I mean, them's pretty good sized tracks right here. I found a trail coming down that edge. They got a couple bush hog lanes. They come in here, and it's so thick and gnarly. There's no tree stand hunting happening in here unless you get something like this on a lane, you know, trim out a spot like that. But I'm thinking ground blind with the Baronet Ox 5. So I need to get it where if they come in here and work, because they don't come in here often, but my luck, every time I get somewhere to hunt, either other people start hunting it or work starts going on or something stupid. Got tracks here coming through from that trail, and that finger connects you to other woods to cross the road, but I need it somewhere I'm hidden, so I need a lane to shoot through. There's one little corner here, a couple hundred yards worth I hadn't scouted yet, so let me check it out before I make any final moves. Look here, natural water hole. How about that? God, everything's full of fucking thorns. Well, you won't bet they drink out of that sometime. But I mean, no scrapes, no fresh rubs. Everything's just bland with a few tracks and trails running through. All right. I mean, they obviously got a little trail coming out of that finger right there. Going up through here. Just sucks there's houses, I mean, literally right through there. I mean, we're only 40 yards from that property line, but I've seen them city boys do it, man, and it just don't seem like it would happen for me. But I mean, I've seen it too many times on TV, so hell with it. As long as I got it where they can't see where I'm hunting or the deer are actually funneling in at. I mean, the deer live here, they gotta live here with it, so they gotta be used to it somehow. I don't know, we're gonna try it. See what happens. So I got a mock scrape put in right here, guys. Got a trail here, a trail there. You only got access to a house up there. You gotta watch that. It's got one opening in the woods. But that goes in about 35 yards wide, and it runs for a half mile, and then it hits a main highway. And then you cross the road, and there's that finger of woods continue into a hillside going up a big hill on a main highway on it too. So it's to get on this property, they got to come through that finger unless they're crossing through yards and all that, and I know they do that. But I would think they're going to stick to cover like regular farm deer will every chance they get. So they got that one. Then they got one directly to the east of me. There's a little finger of woods, maybe 20 yards wide. Runs alongside of main highway. It brings them in from this way. So this is one of two ways to get on this land, and this has the most sign near tracks and stuff that I found. Not saying they don't the other way, but I would say from the look of scouting of it, this is the preferred way. But there's just nothing in here food-wise for. I mean, there's a little browse, but the ground's dead. Everything's rotted. There's a few crabapple trees. I don't know that deer eat them. I don't think they do. Maybe when they're young. I don't know about crabapples because we don't have them where I'm at. So if you guys that have them in where you hunt, if you've seen deer eat them, leave a comment and let me know. But those sugar things, I forget the name of that tree, hangs in, look like a banana. I know they eat the fire out of them, and there's 2 of them trees right over here, and that wild cherry and a couple other things. But I got a mock scrape here, and I put some mineral out right here on the old stump. Just a little 10-pound bag, full throttle by Pure Whitetail. So I got my sail cam up right there, and it's watching this mock scrape, this trail coming through. They hit that scrape and come over here and work this mineral, do whatever they want. And we're gonna watch and see what it does. Maybe by the rut, they'll have that mineral gone in a couple weeks. So we'll get in here maybe during the rut if we get a big one working it on camera. And we'll see how it goes, guys. It may be a bust. I don't have high hopes now that I've got my feet on the ground here and looking at it. I did make a rub and put a little rub cream on it right there beside the camera. But if he comes to work it, I mean, he should get in front of the camera. So I don't know, guys. We're gonna see what happens. So we're gonna let the camera soak for the next few weeks and see what happens. There may be nothing on it but some doe and fawns. May not be nothing but house dogs running loose. You know, I don't know. I don't have high hopes after being here, so maybe we can get a nice surprise. Who knows? All right, guys, appreciate you coming along. All right, guys, real quick. It's been a week since we put the cameras out. We got a big shooter on camera. So we put the camera out on one corner. There's 3 corners of this property that deer can access. So I brought 2 more cell cams of mine, and we're fixing to slip in here. I'm gonna get these 2 corners on lock with cell cams. It's Friday the 27th, I think. The juvenile hunt's this weekend, so there's no hunting this weekend. Then the big cold front moves in Monday, which is the 30th. I'm off on Tuesday, Halloween. We are coming in here for an all-day set, if that's what it takes. And we are killing this giant Tuesday on Halloween. That's just the bottom line. And I leave for Ohio Thursday, November 2nd. I'm going up there for a week bow hunting big bucks. So we got to get this buck down. So we need a couple more cameras to help us out with that. I've got a couple pieces of the puzzle, but I need to get a couple more, and that's what we're gonna do. We'll slip in, get these cameras up, and I'm getting out of here. Stay tuned. Guys, look at this bed. Look at the rub. Look at this bed on this knob. Everything's so rocky. Historic rub right there. This year rub here. Big buck bed right here, man. One lone bed. There was 2 big scrapes right there. Look, you got a bed right here. Smaller bed right here. Big scrape right over there. All right, this is our corner we need to lock down. Looks like a giant rub back there across by the property line. He's in here, boys. Well, I'm gonna stay out of his bed. We're gonna put this scrape. We're gonna doctor this scrape. Look how it's beat down right here. It's turned up. They've been traveling through here. I'm gonna follow along right there. Look at this scrape. I'm talking licking branch ripped off to 5 foot in the ground. Oh, no. And then look, it opens up right here. Look right here. When them are fresh, the deer absolutely love them. They've got a trail cut right there. Beds right here. They got it made, y'all. They have let the wolf in the hen house, boys. Look at this scrape right here. Look at them. They're just popping up everywhere since I made that mock scrape. Look right here. Look right here. Scrape. Same tree I made my mock on. Look right here. Scrape. He's working right down this rail right here. Well, I need to know if he's coming or going in that corner. And since I found that bed there, he's probably working his way back to bed from this. So, since he's working this scrape here, well, look at this, guys. A thorn thistle. He is working a thorn thistle as a scrape. Are you serious? 1, 2, 3, 4 scrapes in a row right here, and a big bed back here. One thing about it, it's loud from this road. So man could, look, I could get in the saddle or even a lock on right here. I mean, 10 foot off the ground. Any of this right here, this is a little bigger timber. This would be more ideal hunting than where I got my other spot set. All right, let me deploy a camera, guys. Stay tuned. The best, baby. That's an already existing scrape. I just opened it up big. Got the cell cam, touch camera view set right there. Watching it. But most importantly, I want to see which buck's bed that is. And I want to know how they are working this thing from left to right. So any which way they're coming, they're going to hit that. And it seems like I don't see a buck being able to resist that. I just don't know how they handle scent, man. I think that's my tree right there. Sit in there. I can get a little higher that way, and then I can shoot this right here. He comes through my gap, I got a shot. You know, I always make sure you can shoot your scrape that you're gonna make. Because if they're gonna start working that scrape, you wanna be able to shoot it from a tree. This would set up hunting better than that other side. Time will tell, guys. Stay tuned. Guys, I am completely defeated right now. I need y'all's prayers for fast healing. You know, in the episode when I was telling you about the tree I thought was the one to hunt in, well, after we were on camera there, I had grabbed some reflection tacks and I went over there to put a reflecting tack in it after I got that camera hung. And just so if I come back at dark, I would see that and know I was, you know, in the right spot, so I didn't overshoot where my tree was as far as trying to get to it in the dark. And total freak accident. I went up there to clear some of them vines out of the way. I moved some limbs, and when I turned, it was kind of a little hill there, a little, I mean, like a gopher hole. My foot slipped down in it, and it sent me to the back. And when it did, my feet went, my toes went toe first. So it had the roof of my, pretend my hand here is the roof of my foot right here. So when it drove my toes straight in and I was falling backwards, it held the roof of my foot straight in there. It's like a wedge in a wood maul. It wedged my foot. And when I fell backwards, I instinctively tried to twist to catch myself. And man, I felt and heard a crunch. And I had my good lace-up boots on. And I prayed and prayed. Nothing was broke. Just please God, let nothing be broke. It was horrible, y'all. I could feel the swelling. I held the crunch. I had to hobble. I hobbled right back to the truck. It was all I could do to get the gate shut and get out of there. It was horrible. I was afraid to take my boot off. It got so bad I had to go to the emergency room. I generally don't go to the doctor, you know, unless it's serious. So I had to go get x-rays, man. Praise the Lord, the x-ray come back not broken. But the cartilage that, you know, ripped out or whatever it did, that was the cartilage that was pulled. That's what the doctor said I heard crunching. And I disrupted that cartilage and I ripped my ligaments in the top of my foot.
They've got me in a hard boot. I've been icing it, putting the boot on, icing it. It's the swellings went down about 30%. It's still quite a bit swollen. I'm talking about some of the worst pain I've ever felt. I mean, brought tears to my eyes, just the pain of it. I pushed through, got to the emergency room. Thank God it's not my right foot. You know, I was able to drive. But the wife, she's out of town this week. She'll be back late tomorrow, Monday night. And so I've just been solo trying to get through this foot thing, man. And here it is, the worst time of the year. We're trying to make a play on this one of those 2 shooters. Preferably that big 8 that's working the licking branch in the picture. I think I know he's 5.5 or more. I mean, he's got the round hip, the big belly swag, the solid neck to the brisket. I mean, he's an old buck. That big wide buck, I think he's 4.5 looking at the videos. But I want to get in there and get on him. And, you know, I'm supposed to go to Ohio Wednesday. Here it is knocking on Monday, and this accident's happened. I mean, the doctor says 2 weeks, if I take care of it as best as I can, keep it iced, keep it elevated, she said I can hope for 2 weeks to be at 90%. So maybe able to climb a tree stand again in 2 weeks. And I mean, I'm just praying I can get to Ohio later in the year, and I'm going to have to reschedule that trip. And I'm praying I can get back to work pretty soon. If I have to hobble around, I'll have to hobble around. Absolutely worst time for something like this to happen. So guys, sorry I didn't finish in the woods and get an actual ending, but there was still a couple things left to be done. But the accident happened just a few minutes after I turned the camera off on that last scene. I'm going to do my best to keep this stuff coming out, but I've got a freaking setback here. And everything's put on hold, and it really, really sucks. But I'm going to do my best to get through this, guys. Every one of you guys out there, man, be careful. Don't get in a hurry. I mean, this was a freak accident. Just a little hole twisted the wrong way. It just took me. I mean, I was on an edge, you know, a little 1 foot little embankment, and it's just a freak fall, man. That's all I can say. I mean, it just happened so quick. So take the extra second, make sure you got a good footing, wear your safety harnesses, and be safe out there, guys. Hopefully I can get in the woods sooner rather than later. Y'all pray for me, man. I'm going to be praying for every one of y'all. Good luck this season. And maybe we can close this chapter on a high note and kill one of them big bucks. It'd be real cool. It'd be my first suburban deer, or whatever you call it, suburban, urban. It's going to be different. I'm definitely out of my element there. And it's a welcoming challenge, a new challenge, new experience. But this freaking ankle injury, we ain't going to let it stop us. It's just going to slow us down. Good luck to every one of y'all this season, guys. And I'll see you on the next episode when we're back on that farm after that big buck. I got 3 cameras hung now, and the story's only beginning on that big 9-pointer. If you hadn't already, make sure you hit subscribe to catch on this part 2 and see if we can close the deal on one of these big urban bucks. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.